Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to show you 15 buried coin locations across the map. These coins are one of the most expensive collectible items, if not the most expensive. If you sell the collection, you are going to get $540. These coins average and range from about $14 per coin to about $21, $22 per coin, so there is some good money to be made here. Also, when you sell the collection, you're going to get a ton of XP, which is going to help you level up your collector role as well as your regular character in the game. I do want to warn you though, unfortunately you are going to need the shovel, which costs $350, and also the metal detector, which you can buy for $700, and I think you unlock that at collector level somewhere between 5 and 9. Originally I was hoping that all you needed was a specific locations and a shovel and you would get the dig animation to pop up. Unfortunately, that's not the case. I want to give a couple of shout outs. Wisp23RXX helped me test out a couple locations to make sure that these locations were also popping up. And then I also had Red Links, who helped me, and that's when we verified that you will not find these locations unless you have the metal detector. If you just have the shovel, it won't give you the dig animation, so you have to have the metal detector, unfortunately. I wish we could have done it with, out having the metal detector for people that don't have it. But here's the first location that I found today. I found all these with the collector maps. Now, if things work out the way I'm thinking, I had Wisp and Red Links both test out 2 separate locations and they were able to find them. So I'm hoping that everybody can find these 15 today. Maybe it'll be the same 15 locations tomorrow, or maybe there is another 15 locations that will pop up tomorrow. I'm going to try hard to search for those. So the second location here is south of Armadillo, right next to this cabin. Now, I'm trying to set these up in the easiest order where you guys can go ahead and just fast travel to one location, maybe pick up a couple of them, ride to the next locations, and hopefully along this way you only have to fast travel maybe 2 to 3 times. So here again you can see that's Wisp right there. I wanted to test to see if somebody else could find these same locations to see if this one would work out. This is the location here, not too far from Thieves Landing. We have another location here that is in the Great Plains right by this tree, and I think I already had Wisp test this one out, so Wisp was also able to find this one. So you can go from Tumbleweed to Armadillo if you want to ride over to Great Plains, or you can go to Armadillo and fast travel to Blackwater and then come find this location. As I was saying though, this is probably the best of the collectible items to get. $540, especially if you can do this every day. You can probably take this trip and get these in under an hour. Sometimes it could take 40 minutes, maybe other people, if you go a little slower, it might take a little bit longer for you. I really don't know, but I mean, it's pretty good money. There's another location just a little to the east of Owanjila Dam. Now this location looked a little tricky when it popped up on the map for me, but over here there are some mountains, but if you follow this path, there is a valley that leads into a cave, and then once you get into the cave, you have to navigate through, go down to the lower level, and then you can find your coin in there. So, as I was mentioning, I'm hoping that these are the only 15 locations. Each location I went to, I found a different coin. I didn't find doubles of any of them, so I was able to complete the collection. Like I said, $540, depending on how many times you fast travel. Maybe you'll end up making a profit of $520, $500, but you should make at least $500 even if you fast travel a couple times. I'm hoping, like I said, man, I really hope these are the only 15 locations. I could be wrong. I will have to test that out tomorrow. You'll see in one of the last clips, I ended up buying another coin map. I tried to open it, but it was saying you cannot access this map at this time. I think that's because I've already opened 5 maps and got the total of 15 locations. So hopefully tomorrow we can go and revisit these same exact locations. If I can, I will leave a comment and pin it just so you guys know. But here's the location over here, just a little to the west of Hanging Dog Ranch. Inside the cave, you saw basically how to navigate to get there. The next location is over near Cumberland Forest. So basically, if you have your shovel, you have your metal detector, you can just come right to these locations. You don't even have to really worry about searching around. I'm pinpointing everything for you. So just pull out your metal detector and go ahead and get it. Now, I will say this, if for some reason you come to one of these locations and you are not able to find it, then maybe today these 15 locations will not work for you, which would mean there are another 15 locations somewhere across the map. So as a good way to test it, pick one of these locations, go ahead and pull out your metal detector. If you end up getting the dig animation, great. Move on to the other 14 locations. If the first one you go to does not give you the option to dig, then I would say try to revisit these locations tomorrow, and hopefully in the next couple days I can find 15 more locations if there are 15, and then try to put another video together. And hopefully we can make some money, but this would be crazy if we could go ahead and find these same 15 every single day. Probably the best way to make money as far as with the collector roll. There's a location that you just saw that's near that little house inside the Heartlands. Now, the way this one works, you can either go and get this location over here down near Ringneck Creek, and then from here you can go to Rhodes, or you can go to the location that's in the bayou and then go to Rhodes, and then possibly fast travel from Rhodes to Van Horn to get the other locations. It's really going to be up to you. You can't even go from here to Rhodes and then to Wapiti and then go east and then down the coast and try to get these locations, but I tried to put this together as best as I could. You might have a different variation of what you think is best on how you want to go ahead and do it. It also might be determined on how many times you want to fast travel, how much profit you want to actually make from the $540 for the collection. It's really up to you. I have been doing a lot of videos on flowers. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like people are really interested in the flowers because of the fact that they spawn one day and then possibly the next 2 days they probably won't spawn for you. I've put out a video with the cardinal flower locations, I think all 30 of them, and what I've been noticing is one day there's a certain 10 that I can find, and then if I go back to those same locations the next day, they will not be there. There's another 10 that I can find that day, and then the next day the last 10, and then it repeats back to the first 10. If you're interested, go check out that video. It's probably the best one of the flower locations because I do have 30 separate locations. Here's another location just a little northeast of Annesburg, and then as we come down there is a spot that is west of Van Horn, and then I think that basically completes this. So you can go ahead and finish this in any kind of order that you want, but here are 15 locations. You should be able to do this in anywhere from 40 minutes to about an hour. Make yourself $540. As I said, after I ended up selling my collection of Madame Nazar, I ended up trying to open this map and it was telling me I can't access it. So I'm thinking I've reached my limit on coins for the day. Let me know in the comments if you guys are able to find these locations, and if you try it again tomorrow, let me know if you can find them again in the same spots. Appreciate you guys watching. See you next time.